Guys, Basil here with BTech. This is a Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge, this is a Huawei P9 Plus, and you're watching my comparison. Two 5.5-inch screen phones that could not be more different. Okay, well they could both not be running Android, but they are running Android. One of the few similarities, you've got AMOLED versus IPS, Quad HD versus Full HD, waterproof versus not waterproof, dual camera setup versus single camera setup, you get the picture. Design-wise, in hand, both feel pretty nice and feel good with the curved backing of the Samsung and the soft sides of the Huawei P9 Plus. The Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge looks better. It looks more expensive. The curves really do add identifier right there, and it's got a curved back as well. It has these kind of metal banding around the edge, which also makes it pretty easy to grip onto, but it has got very small bezels, and the small bezel means that occasionally my finger will touch that screen. Moving on to the P9, also has small bezels, but because it's a very flat side, I doubt that would be an issue. You've got metal body, cohesive design, no buttons on screen, quite nice and clean, slender. It's slimmer than the Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge. Buttons include power button and volume rock on the right hand side, USB-C at the base, as well as a loudspeaker, 3.5mm headphone jack. Left hand side, it's a SIM card slot that doubles up as a dual SIM or a SIM card and micro SD card slot. Up at the top is an infrared blaster. You have an infrared blaster on the Plus, but not on the regular version. Around the back, those dual cameras for one monochromatic sensor, one RGB sensor, that should, according to Huawei, produce the best smartphone camera in the world. Will it be? Who knows? We'll have to review it before we can tell you that much. Now, side by side, both run Android, but they're very different takes on Android. Huawei's Emotion UI kills the applications tray, as we know. A lot of people don't like that. You can throw a custom launcher on there, but one thing a custom launcher won't do is fix issues like, for example, up at the top, you've got a two-screen notification and shortcut screen. I'm not the biggest fan of this. If it's a big issue for you, then you know probably not to go for this phone. If you can get past it, custom launch should fix most of the things, but I'm really happy with how Samsung has kept their user interface nice and clean in the S7 range. You've got a pull-down notification shade, you've got an applications tray, you've got home screens that you can customize. The thing I don't like about it, which is flipboard briefing, you can get rid of very nice and easily. There are a few neat elements around Emotion UI. For example, the fingerprint scanner around the back can pull down the notifications tray, perfect for a phone this big and for people with slightly smaller hands. You can also pinch out to activate hidden applications so you can overview them. So there are a few neat elements there too. As far as the power under the hood goes, it's a Snapdragon 820 versus a Kirin 955 processor. 4 gig of RAM across both, 64 gig on the Huawei P9 Plus. You've got 32 gig with expandable storage on the Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge. As far as pricing goes, the S7 Edge will probably be a little bit more expensive, but you're also paying for that waterproofing, don't forget, as well as all those additional pixels too. The cameras are going to be great. I'm looking forward to testing out the P9. I love the Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge camera. The P9 Plus's camera has those two sensors composited into one image. You can see there's a kind of saturated look to the whole thing. Once you actually take the picture, it does produce a nice crisp image. There's optical image stabilization across both of the phones, so fingers crossed they perform well in the real world. Connections, fastest LTE speeds you can find, wireless charging on the Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge, but not on the Huawei P9 Plus. All the standards, NFC and Bluetooth, GPS, etc. But that pretty much wraps up the comparison. If you've got any questions, then please fire them in the comment section below. Anything that I didn't cover. If you like the video, like the video. If you like the channel, subscribe. That's how you'll stay on top of everything we do. Thanks for watching BTech.